Hey drafters, I just wanted to make a quick video showing you how to change the small bed that's in the Eufymake E1 to the large bed, because the first time you do that, you'll need to do a camera calibration like you had to do with the small bed when you initially set up the printer. So it's a pretty easy process. I'm changing the bed for the first time to the large bed, and so therefore I need to do that calibration process. So for this procedure, what you'll need is a computer or laptop that's connected to the Eufymake Studio application so that you're connected to your printer. Obviously, you need your Eufymake E1 UV printer, and this printer will be currently installed with the small bed. You'll need your bigger A3 bed, which you'll be changing to, making sure not to remove this calibration sticker that's on there originally. You can tell because it has that little QR code just there. So you do not remove that until you do the calibration. And once we do the calibration, you should have the sticky mat that will attach to it once we remove that print test sheet that's on there. First, we have to remove the small bed. So simply open up your front door, and while you're at it, you might as well open up the rear door as well. Importantly, you want to make sure there is enough room behind the printer because the bed will move back and forward, and you do need quite a bit of depth. I set this up before and it actually hit the back wall when it was moving. So you do need a decent amount of depth. To give you an idea of how far that is away from the wall, I'm looking at about 40 centimeters from the back of the printer to the wall. So the first thing we want to do is remove this small bed. And to do that, we have a small latch here, a lock unlock rocker mechanism, and you simply just move that over to the side. And then you can remove the bed by simply lifting it up once you unlock it. So it should come out like that. So put that to the side somewhere safely. Next thing we want to do is grab our big bed. So with this, you'll notice on the bottom of this, it's on a gantry system, so it moves back and forward. And when you first take this out of the packaging, you may notice some little padding spaces. So make sure you take them out. They look like this, just little paddings, and they kind of sit like in here. So there'll be two of them, I think. You can throw them away. And if you look on the bottom of this bed, you'll actually see there's one side, it's got like these little contact points. And in the printer, you also see the contact points here. So to determine which way this bed needs to go, you just make sure that the contact points are going to align with each other. So I've got it on this side and I've got it here. So when I put it in, they're going to make contact and therefore be able to power and move this bed. So we're going to put this bed in, just carefully not to hit anything, trying to drop it into place like such. And then you need to get your hand under. You should be able to move this, but just be careful that you don't go too far. That's going to lift out like that. So make sure you put a little bit of pressure on. So now we can access this, we can lock it into place, and that way it shouldn't move around. It must have initiated those contacts. It knows the bed's installed now, and it's got a bit more give, like the belts are now activated. So this isn't actually moving anymore. So that's installed. That's all you need to do. The next stage is we actually need to do our camera calibration for the first use of the installation of this. So we'll jump over to the laptop, and you'll want to have Eufymake Studio open, which is what I've got now. When you have Eufymake Studio open, you'll be on the main page. You want to go over to your device. It should be connected. You'll probably see that it's idle and ready to print. You want it in that status because if it's moisturizing mode or anything, you might need to go and inject the ink first. So make sure it's idle, ready to print. And then in the bottom right-hand corner, you'll see calibration. You click on that and you'll see either 0 point or camera calibration. Camera calibration is what we want. And as I mentioned before, it's saying make sure those foam pieces are clear, that you've got enough distance behind the printer as well. And I was pretty much spot on with my measurement. You want 40 centimeters both in front and behind of the printer, because when this moves in and out, it needs that room, because you can imagine it's only printing in this area as the bed moves back and forward. So that's why you need the clearance. We then go to next because we have everything set up, ready to go. Don't close the doors, obviously, because if you do that, it's going to interfere with the movement. You can see it's clear at the back. It's just doing a status check at the moment. The next thing on the screen is saying that it's going to need about 10 minutes or less than 10 minutes to set up the camera calibration to make sure that this calibration sheet is in place. None of the corners are lifting up, and I've just taken it out of the box, so it should be fine. But just make sure those things are okay. If it is, then you can just go to next. and it will start our camera calibration. And so all that's going to do is just basically look at probably the QR code on the bed and some of the little graphics it's got on there. And that's going to use those reference points to make sure that the camera is accurate across the whole thing when you take a screenshot. So while that goes through its calibration process, we will jump forward a bit and then we'll come back and we'll just finish off with the final steps. Okay, we're back. The camera calibration is now complete. You'll also notice that it's actually printed some graphics on there. So what it's doing is it's printing these checker patterns so that it can use the camera and do its calibration through specific algorithms. It's technical. I don't know all the details exactly, but hey, what it does is it makes sure your camera, when you take your snapshot, it matches the bed as closely as possible, because the problem is with these cameras that as the view of the camera goes out towards the extreme edges, especially for a large bed size like this, it can kind of start to extend images, overlapping things and getting some weird distortional effect. So this process kind of recalibrates the camera to compensate for those differences. It's a bit technical. All we need to care about is now that it's more accurate. So what we should be able to do now is remove this piece of paper and we can take our sticky mat out and put it in its place. So if we first get into this corner, okay, once you get under that edge, you can just peel this away. Pretty stuck on there, so just take your time. There we go. Try not to get any fingerprints on here because we need to now stick down our adhesive mat and we don't want any of the oils from our fingers affecting that in any way. So take this out. I recommend keeping it in the bag until you actually plan to do this installation process, because you want to try and minimize any dust that's getting stuck on it. So this does have a print side and a back side. It's obviously easy to tell because of the graphics that are printed on the bed itself and not on the other side. And you can also tell which way the alignment is because on this front corner you have a bit of a lip and it should match with the lip of this one as well. Now you want to start off by removing the back protective layer. So just kind of make a start on it, and once you do, peel that away. Careful you don't touch anything because you can feel the static electricity after you do that. And this is a bit of a careful process, so you want to kind of just line it up as best as you can, just starting with that back edge and then sort of gently dropping it down and just seeing where it lines up. So what I'm trying to do is like get that corner in and then match the back edge and then seeing if it lines up. It's close, but it just keeps getting off a little bit. You want to get it right the first time, because if you don't, it's going to be very difficult to change that. Okay, I'm pretty happy with it now. So what I actually did is sort of line it up on this outside edge. I found that edge was good. Keeping this back corner sort of lifted up so they're not getting any air bubbles. And then you want to start from that back edge and kind of just work your way towards the back corner, just pushing out the air bubbles basically. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. Just using my fingers to run along, making sure there's no obvious big bumps or anything from any trapped air underneath, because that's going to affect my bed if I do that. And making sure all the corners and the edges are nice and flat. Just take your time with this part. And once you've done it, you should notice that there's no air bubbles or anything, and that edge is all lined up as best as you can. Now the final step is to again remove our top protective layer. So you'll notice this isn't sticky yet because we still have that top layer on. And just like the back layer, you just want to get under the edge and then just whip that away. I'm not sure if this is worth keeping if you plan to change the beds often, if you want to put that back down so that you can kind of keep a protective layer on it. It would be hard to keep the dust off this, I suppose, because it is so static. I can see dust sticking to it already. I'd have to look at ways of sort of protecting this so it doesn't get just dust collected on it, because unlike the small bed, you can close the doors on the small bed and you can kind of prevent a lot of that dust like settling and sticking to the mat, because it is a sticky surface. But with this one, it's just open and out there all the time. So if you've got a dusty room, it's always going to be just getting contaminants all over that, which could affect your print quality. So I recommend that when you're not using this large bed, put it away somewhere in a protective way. Maybe you can find a location and then just get a large box that sits over the top of it and just put that on top so that that air contaminants isn't settling on top of it. That could be one way of doing it. If you have any ideas of how to keep this in a good condition, let me know. Drop a comment in. One last thing you can do to check that our calibration actually worked is to do a snapshot with the bed installed to make sure everything is correct. What I've done is I put some tape down here just to protect from some overspray. Jumping into the Eufymake Studio, you can start a new project. You then make sure the bed is set to the standard flat bed, which should say current. It should be able to detect what bed is actually installed, I believe. And then we can make sure camera is selected and click on snapshot. So that's going to move it into position and then do a snapshot. And it's interesting how it takes the snapshot for this particular bed, because instead of just taking one whole photo, it's basically taking sections and then moving the bed and taking another photo and repeating that, and I'm assuming stitching those images together. After it's taken a snapshot, the second stage is it's going to measure the height using its lasers to get a proper laser height of the object you have on the bed. Now it's doing some more snapshots. Once it's finished all those laser leveling and doing the snapshots, you should see the image come up in the software. So no problems there. Looks like it was a success. Okay, and that's pretty much our entire process. So the whole reason why I was doing this bed was for this particular project. So if you're interested in seeing what I'm doing here, definitely subscribe to the channel. I hope this has helped you if you're in the process of switching your bed to the large one and you weren't sure what to do. This is the process. It's pretty straightforward and easy. It's hard to mess up. So I hope you learned something from this video. Please consider liking the video, subscribing to the channel, and thanks for watching.